Alrighty. I'm just pumping out the videos lately. Don't get used to it. I'm going away for the 4th of July, but going to the lake with the kids, camping, going to have very poor reception, so this SBS might be pretty flat for me. Maybe I'll get my 450. I always recommend getting your 450 points to get those rewards. They're just, if you added up the dollar value, you're talking a couple $100 worth of the stuff you would get in packs. I mean, the Blood of Heirs would be a pack or two, and obviously the gems and other stuff that I'm not thinking of. But I also always recommend doing the Gather of Troops event. I'm sure you guys are pumping that thing out, but you want to get to at least the fifth, the fourth reward. Did I pass it here? Live video. Am I blind? I am trying to hold the phone close so you can hear me. Wherever there. Sorry about that. So here, this is as far as I go. Whatever it takes to get there. Get this final chest. You get, 40 of those. What do they call those certificates? The Forge Master, not the Master Forge. Okay, so what I'm showing you today is I got lucky. I got Hectate. I shouldn't say I got lucky. I spent a little bit. Sorry. So, duty officer. What I have done here is I took Hectate and I pumped her up. You need to get 3.5 million power. I thought it was 6.5 million power. So I went a little overboard. Here, I'll just put somebody else on it real quick, so you can see her. So now she's a super duty. What I did is she was only 1.5 million power, and I put my wall general gear on her, and now she's 6.5. So I did a little bit of overkill. But once you place her on, now look at the extra buffs you get. They all add up, right? So the resource consumption of reviving troops, truth, death into soul rate in the main city, those are all bonuses that I will take. You can see all my duty officers are super duty. I leveled them up on that sub, like hopefully you guys can do, but otherwise you got to do it the slow way. And what's nice to do is like when you go to put her on, you'll see that to be a super duty officer, you need defense and attack. I'm sure you guys know when you cultivate, you can just select those two. It's really easy. You select a guy, you cultivate. Should I back up? Quick cultivate, the tab in the upper half of the screen there. You click that. Then you click on what you want. So that duty officer, every duty officer is different. So check. So attack and defense. Then you have to unclick the total increase button. If you have this on, it won't count. So then you just cultivate them away, and it'll only allow the rolls that give you attack and defense. So you can actually get negative in the other categories, but who cares? It's a duty officer. All right, I'm showing you all this basic stuff, but there's going to be one person out there that didn't know that. Okay, some of the other things have been questioned by one of the viewers here about where all my buffs come from, and we kind of went through some of that. Let's see, I have a recent defense in Battlefield. A lot of this stuff happened at the end where it was already decided, so don't tell me I deleted it. Is this today? Yes. Hopefully this is my keep. It is. Okay. So when this person attacked, it was already over. People have not been attacking me lately. I'm 2.3 billion power, and our bogs and box, I call on the BLC, we tend to get weaker opponents matched up. My previous alliance, we had a very big spender that got us into alliances that would, zero everybody on our team. So in this one, I don't get hit at all, which is kind of boring and hard to get points. I did get my 6,000 points, and we won today. But my Senate didn't open up. We can verify it. I needed one more of those to qualify another Senate spot, and I didn't get it. So let's take a look at my buffs here. Here are my defending buffs, if that makes sense, even though they're attacking, defense, and HP. You can just look through them and kind of compare where you're at versus where I'm at. I do have a lot of siege attack, and I always try to get it wherever I can. I just add boosts wherever I can. People ask me where I'm getting my boosts. I'll try to show you that today. But if you look at my debuffs, they're not going to matter because I only get to debuff half of what he's sending at me. So the only thing that I could improve based on this report would be my defense and HP for siege debuff. Hopefully that makes sense. You can only debuff half. So that's all you're going to see for my stats. So those are my stats. I did add another, subsidy, so I think I'm up to 11 subs. Yep. And, that helps with the debuffs. But let's take a look at that Senate and see if I got a spot opened up. Whoops, wrong spot. See, the second spot for the mounted is locked, and it's 2 of 3. I swear that's what I went into Battlefield with, because I even told one of our leaders that I'm in for this week because I need to score 6,000 to open up a slot. And I did that, and we won, and I actually got 7,000 points. It was actually pretty crazy. I got them all in the last bit on all these attacks lost. So we won by a landslide, so I was able to just take some chances. I was not expecting to get 6,000. I think I had 2,000 points with 12 minutes left. And then I went in there, and these defenses won are going to be, they are me. Is that today? I bet not. 629. Nope. So this is up. So I just reinforced a bunch of people and tried to reinforce the buildings. I'm doing something wrong because I have somebody in our alliance that doesn't do any PvP, and they are just killing it. Every single thing, every single BOC and BOG, he flies into every building, takes it, and ports away. It's kind of frustrating to play with the guy because if you're reinforcing a building, he just ports and then your troops come home no matter where you are on the map. It makes me want to, but he gets points, and I guess I know the first person in the building gets more points, but if they pull their troops and fly to a different side of the map, they are not continually getting points. This is the way I thought it worked. I should probably read the instructions on the game. So I'm blabbering, but I started doing some attacking. These are probably going to look bad. So I took a little loss here, but I'm hitting a 2.2 billion that nobody wants to play. I'm getting some points because I need to at this point in the game. Here I hit a 2.4. This is a real small siege or a range march, and I killed just a few of his mounted troops with a baby range march. Still taking some losses here. This was a siege march against a 3.7 billion. I just wanted to know how I would do. But let's keep paying attention. I'm getting some points, and I'm like, well, I'm still not going to make it. It was almost a break even. There's no way I'd be able to throw at this point. So you might as well get some stuff done. So he knew what I was doing, and I was doing him a favor by giving him points. So he actually marched at me, and he took a loss knowing he was, it was over. Then I found this guy. Well, let's back up. Okay. So I'm going back in. Well, you can see where I clicked. Barely lost on these. Pretty close. This was his keep. So he didn't have a lot of troops left. All his power was he chewed up by attacking. They did a lot of rallies on other people near me, but I noticed they had a lot of siege. And I thought I would have done better, just realizing that he had a lot of siege for me to kill. So that's what I was trying to attack with this siege march. I mean, I killed, 5 million of his troops, but I had more power to lose. My siege was mostly T11s, as you're going to see, and then a little bit of T10 in there. Let me look at something else here. So something else I've been trying is I've been throwing in a little bit of a wall here of at least 100,000 mounted T14. And I feel like that helped me a lot. That's supposed to keep your siege alive longer for more turns. I learned that from like John Wick or somebody like that. So I've been trying that out, but the reason I'm showing you is then I found this guy, this Yoda guy. I thought I saved an earlier scout report. This might be it. So I scouted him, and look at all the siege that he had hanging out there. I feel like I found a worse report than this against this guy. No, that's it. So I took a look at him. He was, we'll look at the report. I think he was 3.5 billion power. I'm not sure at this point. But you can see those catapults just sitting up there. And I scroll down. Yeah, he's got almost 400,000 mounted troops, but you're shooting over those with siege. So let's take a look. Let's see if I barely won this battle here. Kaboom! I smoked him. And he had reinforcements, but I wasn't worried about the reinforcements if they're not siege. I'm shooting over them. So I was like, damn, is that because I put a meat shield with the mounted on there? Here I put 130,000 T-14 mounted troops, and I had them to kill. At this point, I got a big mounted layer for killing monsters on my keep. I use it as bait, as you know, and the rest was just, relatively small siege. I did do 500,000 T-12s, but then you're looking at 1.3 million T1 siege. And I would put more in there, but I don't have more. I don't know if that's right or not. I feel like I want that one big layer. And then when I fill that layer up and I don't have any left, then I put the 10s on there. So pretty happy with these results. I did take Edward Teach to 5 stars, but mind you, my range general is using flat refines for T11 siege. So I don't have a lot of attack percentage, and to adding the 5 stars doesn't raise my flats at all. But you take stats where you can take stats, and whatever that flash that keeps coming down from my crypto exchange, I don't own any of that, so don't buy anything based off of what they say. I don't know why they need to tell me every 5 minutes that volatile coin is going up and down. I'm sure it's a piece of trash coin, so I should do a crypto update. So there's a lot of people freaking out. So I want to look at the buffs. If I hit the right button. My attack buffs are only 1,300. Maybe that's not bad, considering I don't have any gear refined for percentages. But where I'm going to get that bang for the buck is from the flat refines. And they aren't super great. I'm not made of money or anything, so I can't gem forever. Let's take a look. Where is this guy? The other thing I did do is I souped up my Polygenus a little bit. I'm so close to having enough copies to getting him to 5 stars, or I would take him to 5 stars in this Trial of Knights event. I'm looking for Edward Teach. Should be easy to find. So we wanted to look at his gear. The only 2 gear you can get attack refines on are the weapon and the bracers, the rings, whatever you would call that category. So you can see they're okay. They're nothing crazy. I suppose you want to see where they fall. If I could get a civilization gear, I could. The refine limits are higher, but so I got 3 golds and a purple. That's nothing to balk at. But you're probably looking at another 250,000 gems to get that last 1 gold. You know what? We're not live. Let's take a gamble and see if I can get lucky, because I'm on screen. Oh, that was close. No, but this is a good example. I don't want a percentage. I want flat. So most people would be tempted because it's a pretty color. Same thing with your wall general. Do the flats. Do the mounted flats. Even if you get that big siege attack percentage, I wouldn't do it. I haven't done it, so I'll do one more shot. Oh no, I accepted it by accident. Thanks a lot, guys. I'm totally blaming you for that. I hit confirm instead of cancel. That's awesome. Do you guys really want to watch me refine? Oh, is that like the exact same thing too? I'm taking that purple back, and we're going to get out of there. That'd be funny if it was 740. You guys can rewind, and I'll probably rewind later and take a look at it. So same thing with the bracers. The bracers are probably even worse for me. Yeah, so I got 2 purple on here. I'd love to get that up. Cancel. Don't hit the dang wrong button. How many times have you guys skipped over a good one by accident and accepted the wrong one by accident? I wish there was a little more protection to my stupidity. Speaking of my stupidity, I was playing on the client PC, and I attacked a barb that had nobody in it, and I got a report back that an enemy alliance was in there, and I smoked them, and it cost me a lot of res of compensation. But it was due to the lag of this game, and it was on their PC client too. I feel like they should be compensating me. So, all right, let's get out of here. Oh wait, I'm gonna go back in there and cancel before I accidentally come back in later and mess it up. You guys probably want to see my general. Oh, I gotta get the gear back on here. Good thing you guys are here. I interrupted myself here. This gentleman's sword, I don't have a home for that yet. I gotta find out. I got that out of the boss event, the Alliance boss event. I wanted to get like a choreo, a lucky choreo draw for my wall general, but instead I got whatever that sword is. So going back to what we started on, this Hectate player will stay as a super duty officer, even though now she's like 1.5 million power, so she wouldn't qualify. But once you get in her, take the gear off, and she still qualifies. Let's. Sorry, I'm going to make you guys watch this, but we'll take a look at the gear as I throw it on there. Where is my wall general? All right, so these refines are right there. I do have a siege machine attack on there. I should grind that into a mounted troop, but it doesn't bother me. It's flat, so that means like all my baby siege all the way up are getting that 506, so that doesn't bother me at all that I have that. Everything else here is, mounted troop defense flat. Even if you get that highest gold percentage, spin through it. I know it's tough. It'll make you think twice. I mean, if you're out of gems and you get that, I guess leave it for a week. That's another reason to compete in SBS. Those gems that they get you, especially if you're top 10, are very usable in these situations. Here we go again. All troop defense flat. Going to my helm. All troop HP flat. Pretty decent spins. I think that's the right piece. Mounted troop HP, all flat. Are we learning a theme here? We're going to wear this. Mounted. Oh, I got a ranged flat on there. That should not be in there. Huh. Interesting. See if I can spin one real lucky while you guys are here for good luck. All right, that's interesting. I mean, the range does do some killing, so let's take a look at a report. First, I should whip this gear back on here. Okay. Let's look at a report on defense. Should we use this most recent one here? He sent range. So we're going to look at the battle details. I want to see what my troops killed. So my ground troops, even though they sent range, my ground troop killed, 200,000. That's pretty good. My mounted troop had some fairly decent kills too, which is odd, right? And the reason he sent the range at me too is because I had that big mounted troop layer. And when people see that, they know they can get some points off of me. What they don't know is that I'm going to get more. It's my only bait that I have left. Otherwise, people pretty much leave me alone unless it's a big rally. So I just wanted to see how much my ranged troop does. Look at that. There's like no kills for 100,000 T13 range. That's interesting. He sent range, right? He sent range. I would have thought my range would have done more killing. That is odd. Or is it not odd? And I just don't know what I'm talking about. You guys are watching me for advice, and I don't even know how it works. I keep telling you guys that. So, my range troops didn't kill squat. That's pretty interesting. I would have thought my range would have did a good job against their range. Just kind of want to see down even these baby range aren't killing squat. Isn't that odd? I mean, I get why siege will kill range for sure. That's why you want to siege bomb a target, even if you lose, to knock out their siege before you send your range rallies. But I find it pretty odd that my ground and mounted killed more than my range and siege. Goes to show what I know about battle mechanics. So let's get down to my T1 layer and see. The T1 layer killed nothing. So that guy did not get very deep. Yes, I said it. He could not get in deep. And my mounted troops just killed like his layers. So that might not be a good example. Maybe this guy isn't hitting with a big shtick here. Let's see. I mean, he's got 2,000 range attack. That's better than I have. So we can quick look at another report. Is this a true deal? That was not what I want to look at. That was just a DA attack. Hugs, not drugs. Is this a rally? No, this is just a siege. So, not necessarily what I was looking for. I wanted to see what my range is killing. My range is killing no siege. Ground is killing more siege than anything else. And, of course, my siege and ground. Interesting. I thought my range was better than it is. My range doesn't do squat. Another reason why to get that range off of there. Okay, so we've looked at a siege. We've looked at a range rally. I mean, a siege and a range solo. This is another range. Just to make sure man, I thought my range would kill some of their range. I guess that's why you read reports. Goes to show I have not been reading reports lately. That's interesting. What did this guy send? Same thing. Same person. Isn't that the same person? Hugs, not drugs? And they used a different general? He used Douglas. I wonder. I'm confused. Oh, this was a rally, huh? No. I had that many reinforcements and this guy still hit me. So he sent range, and my range didn't kill squat. Are we learning anything here? Are you sick of hearing me talk? This is why you don't want me to do more videos. Everybody's hitting me with range or siege. I don't even know if I can find a mounted or a ground. Siege. Right? Napoleon Prime is siege. There's so many new... Oh, this is a rally. Mounted. I knew that. Stop yelling at me. Okay, so we got a mounted, and it's a rally. Is it a good rally? 1.8 billion power, and we lost 1.2 billion power, so I would say this is a good rally. Let's take a look. I want to see if my range... Look at those range, baby. Those range are doing some killing on those mounted troops, so... This is where I know range beat mounted, but this is where your range help out. So I really don't have a problem with mounted attacks. Often they'll be able to get deep into my T1s, though. So let's take a look. He killed them all. He killed all my T1s. Now I remember this. So... Sorry. I do remember this now. I also have a T2 layer, if you guys remember. 90,000 smacked out. So that'll do it. Let's go back to the power exchange. So, I lost 210,000 of my troops. So, not much survived. He knocked me down to 1 billion power, it looks like. So that's a good rally. Good job. But I won. All right, how many of those can you sustain? So that just goes to show that the range does do something. I wish I had a ground troop in here that we could peek at real quick. Just another siege. Prime Awaken, he is a mounted. Douglas is range. Douglas. This is range as well, pretty confident. All right, we're blabbering. I did have dreams and grandeur of showing you guys around and showing you my keep, teaching you how to beat me, and where I'm getting my stats from. I do get that question a lot. I am K37. I do have a level 2 academy that's basically max except for monster debuffs. What I do need to know is like this ideal land. I feel like I'm neglecting it, and I don't get any boost from here except for a little bit of march size. At least that's what I see when I go in there. So I'm gonna take this up to level 3 and see if that makes me eligible to put something else in there to get some buffs. I don't know. I'm not getting any buffs from my ideal land, and I feel like I might be missing something there. My council, I do get some, second tier stuff here. You get in-city siege HP, in-city ground troop defense, nice and nice. In-city ground troop HP. I could take a couple of these up. This event, I still have some Blood of Heirs left. Also, when I'm rifling through the tavern, I make sure I don't throw away, like if I forget if Electra's in the tavern. I don't think so. But like Sherman or anybody else, I'll get copies of these guys and I'll keep them so that I can eventually get these up. Rollin, I've got a bunch of Rollin copies. Vladimir, all these range, ground, and mounted generals in the ground. Generals, save them up. Don't pass them up, because you're going to eventually someday you're going to want to get this done. Okay, so that, and then my duty officers are stacked. That's where I put my Blood of Heirs into. All tavern officers, with the exception of Maurice and Ashoka, and I can't get a second copy of those guys for the life of me. but ascend these first. And for me, I like to take mounted and ground troop defense and HP. If you can get range and siege attack out of these guys, that's great too. And then the range and siege HP is the last things that I did with these. I don't know if that's the right order. That's just how my brain told me. My ground and mounted get attacked first, so I want them to be as big as of a meat shield as I can, and then I want my range and siege shooting over the top with the attack. So that's how I built that. Not quite sure what else to throw at you. I'm not real big on the archer tower. I mean, if they hit you once, first of all, archer towers target mounted troops. So if they're hitting you with range or ground, and if you don't believe me, go in the battlefield and send one mounted troop at somebody. It'll go past their archer tower and it'll take out a trap. And I learned that from Optimize Evony on YouTube. Give him credit. But if you send a mounted, it gets shot by your archer tower. So my archer tower, all I expected to do is to take out like a tiny baby layer of mounted troops that are coming at me. And then it dies like a troop. So if they attack you a second time, your archer tower isn't there. So I'm not real big on buffing up the archer tower. I was, and I buffed it up as much as I could before I learned this. But I would say it's like the last thing you really need. Please correct me if I'm wrong. So what else? I know these buildings here, there's no troop opened up by going to level 37, but it will give your range and your siege, HP, and defense, so I'm just adding those up now to get a little bit more points wherever I can. So I think that's going to be it for this video. If you guys have any questions about other setups where I might be getting buffs, just put them in the comments and I'll try to make a video off of it.